So this video could be one of the big surprises of 2025. We've got the i240 against the P790. Remember, if you like our videos, please hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends. So we have got two big irons to test and go up against each other today. So we've got the P790, a powerhouse iron of 2025, an upgrade of the previous models. We know what you get with P790. You get consistency, you get power, you get a great feel off the club face. It's a good iron, TaylorMade. Upgrade it. They don't do loads to it. There's a few tweaks to the sole, a few tweaks to the way it gaps in the top end of the irons, but overall it's a good quality product and it's had a facelift in 2025. i240 is kind of one of those unsung irons for me. It's a weird iron. For me, I remember back in 99 when the i3 came out, i3 Plus came out, i3 Oversize came out, and those three irons, that was the first time I looked at a Ping iron and went, wow, I want a set of these. Now, I was 15 years old at the time, and it wasn't really in my world to afford a set of Ping irons. Ping have come a long way since then, and realistically, over the last few years, the G series iron has taken over and is such a brilliant iron and brilliant family of irons for Ping that the I series I always feel gets pushed to one side. They won't say that, but it kind of is a bit of an understated iron. And when we do a lot of testings, the i240, well, I series irons doesn't really come into the mix, but I'm really pleased today we're gonna go up against one of the biggest irons of 2025. So let's get on the mat, let's get on TrackMan, let's hit some shots and see what the numbers say. So we will start the day and start the test with the P790. Now, we get that lovely forged face. We know what it looks like. We know what it does. If you've seen our videos before, you'll know that this iron is very, very difficult to beat. So I think what's great when we do these head-to-heads is the comparison between the two irons. It's not saying one's better than the other. It's really just saying what does one give you that the other one maybe doesn't, or are they similar? So let's hit some shots with 790. One thing it gives you straight out the gate is a little bit of forgiveness, nice and fat to start the day. You just get power, I think, is really quite simply is what you get with 790. It flies off the club face. The flight is lovely. It's a good look. Now, full disclosure, I'm playing 770 this year. It's the slightly smaller version of 790 with the slightly thinner top edge, but 790 is such a good iron. The custom options with this is always good with TaylorMade, we know that. It's just powerful. So for those that have said on our videos before that one of the things that we are aware of and we do know about is the fact that I do swing it in that 85, 88 plus, and not all golfers do swing it that fast. However, at the same time, this iron, put the right shaft in, change the shaft up, make it maybe a bit lighter, whatever. If you swing it slightly slower, this iron you will still get some performance out of. We've seen it in the fitting bay. Just powerful. Yeah, I love that flight. I quite like the sound of 790, and it's weird because it's the one hollow head that I hit consistently where I actually like the sound, I like the feedback. I think the face offers that softer feel as well, which is great. Yeah, lovely. So really, really powerful iron. So let's jump into 240. So 240 for me, it's only been out a couple of months now as we do this test. It came out mid-July. Slightly weaker in loft, so you would expect this thing to fly a little bit higher, a little bit shorter, slightly weaker in loft, around the 33-degree mark in to i240, but it's a beautiful looking iron. So what Ping do really, really well is, and I go back to, and I talk about that shape a long time ago, 25 years ago now, 26 years ago, in the original i3. And all right, the coloring's changed, the material's changed, but the kind of DNA of the I series irons really hasn't. The shape hasn't. You just get instant flashbacks to that original, or not the original, but the first one that I can certainly remember. It just is so nice off it's just a lovely soft feel. It's weird because you wouldn't expect that from this iron. It's solid. Now you might say that this is a weird test because actually we should be testing the CB or the 770 against i240, but we have been asked for this this challenge, this test, and it's an interesting one to do, and it's not one that I would have definitely thought of. And I know, Chris, when we've looked through the comments, this one really stood out. That there's golfers out there willing to look at i240 as a family against 790, which is really interesting for us. It's definitely, as fitters and as retailers, it's definitely very, very interesting. Oh, that felt lovely. I'm a bit low, but it was really nice. Okay, one more. Let's let one more, and then we'll have a little look at the numbers. No, that's rubbish. Come on, one more. That's thin, that's not fair. So nice off the face. Okay, so some good, some bad in there as well, as we would expect from a very, very average golfer. So let's look at the numbers. So in terms of P790, so what have we got P790? We've got an average of 89 miles an hour. We've got some interesting smash factors there, 138 all the way down to 130, which is good, is solid. Launch angle 17 degrees. Ball speed, as you'd expect from the 790, is really, really solid. Land angle's coming in low. Now, this is an issue for me as a golfer anyway, is that if I don't spin the ball enough, or I don't get the ball or the land angle high enough, I'm going to always struggle on the green. And it's something that I've always struggled through my golfing career, is the ball coming out very, very flat. So 46 degrees with 790 is a little bit of a worry with less spin. Yeah, okay, it's really, really powerful. It's going to go a long way. However, I'm going to be really struggling to maybe control where that ball lands and how much releases on that ball, especially when that 7-iron upwards. So we're going to look at 240 there. So speed similar, smash factor a little bit better, so I'm getting a little bit more out of the iron. Ball speed, now this is where it is interesting. I've got more ball speed out of the i240 than P790. Now, I don't think you would have expected that. I really don't. Okay, we've taken out a couple of the bad ones there. There was one that I almost missed at the end there, which was 112, which would reduce it a little bit. If we put that back in there, Chris, what does that do to the average? Let's be a little bit fairer. So 119. So even with that really ropey strike, it brings it into a 120 ball speed. So like for like with 790. And that one there, I did absolutely knife off the bottom of the club. So you can see the land angle drop. So if we take that back out, because it was such a rubbish strike, my land angle comes in there at 50 degrees. Now that's where I want to see it, right? I've got 6,500 revs. I've got a lovely amount of spin. I've got a lovely land angle. This thing's going to come down like a butterfly with sore feet and absolutely just stop dead on the green. Now, carry distance, it's only 5 yards shorter. So yes, all right, I'm getting a couple of miles an hour ball speed more, but what I am getting is a better land angle, better spin rate, and similar distance. Now, I can live with a 5 yard drop if I'm going to get that level of control all the time. So I think these numbers are really interesting. And if you're a player that is looking in that world of a better quality iron, better player type iron, I think you're going to have to make sure that the i240 is certainly in the mix. Now, if we're going to stand out there, you'd say that the 790 was or is one of the most powerful irons of 2025, and on my little test there, it goes to show that the i240 has a little bit more ball speed in it, a little bit more spin, and a better land angle. So if that's something you need, maybe next time you're looking at a new set of irons, the i-series, the i240, might be the one you look at. Thanks for watching. I hope that was interesting. Remember, hit that subscribe button and tell all your golfing friends.